It doesn't want to close. There's something underneath it. Ah!
No, sweetie, I'd use the cursor the up and down arrows.
Oh, yeah.
Because otherwise it goes like crazy fast.
Really? Oh, I'm so bad at filming.
Okay, but make sure Ocean's head's not in the scene.
It's not in the scene.
Excellent.
Not in the scene.
It isn't?
Am I did that camera get knocked off axis? Am I in a reasonable spot there?
Yeah, you're fine.
Is there too much space over here? It looks pretty crooked.
Okay, I'm ending this video.
It looks pretty crooked. Okay.
There's a trick.
Shush, guys, I'm rolling. This year, I'm going to talk about This year, I'm going to talk about my own personal experience with MS. Why is my specific experience important? It isn't necessarily, but it's almost impossible to talk about MS in general. MS is incredibly unpredictable, and everybody's course is different. Multiple sclerosis involves inflammations in the nervous system, anywhere in the nervous system, which is where the unpredictability comes in. Inflammation in the brain could affect anything, really. Mood disorders, personality changes, cognitive decline, inability to concentrate, vision problems, hearing and balance problems. Who knows? Surprise! You get partial paralysis of the face. Inflammations in the spinal column can lead to paralysis. Inflammations in the optic nerve naturally can lead to vision problems, including full blindness. A friend of a friend woke up blind one morning as her first MS symptom. The good news is that in the relapsing remitting form of MS, the inflammations and their symptoms are generally temporary. They can be acute for days, weeks, or months, but will usually mostly clear up over a few months. The bad news is that the inflammations can cause permanent damage due to scarring. In fact, multiple sclerosis is named after the multiple scars found in brains of the earliest identified case. An MRI of my brain last year showed new activity measuring 3 centimeters at its widest. So what does MS mean to me? First of all, I have to confess that I have almost a best case of relapsing remitting multiple sclerosis. My case was caught early, diagnosis was straightforward, it usually isn't, and drug treatment was begun almost immediately. I haven't had any seriously debilitating attacks, and the attacks I have had cleared up in a reasonable amount of time. And yet, MS has had a serious impact on my day-to-day life. Financially, the drug I'm on that statistically reduces the number of lesions and relapses and the progression of the disease by up to 50% costs more than $2,000 a month. Even with 80% upfront private coverage through work, the remaining hundreds of dollars is difficult to manage cash flow-wise. Also financially, for many years I was unable to work a full work week due to MS-related fatigue. MS-related fatigue is difficult to describe to people who don't have MS, but it's a thing. It's different from being tired or exhausted, and it's not really resolved by sleep or rest. Because of this fatigue, I had to give up trying to work a full work week, and luckily was able to negotiate a 4-day work week with my employer, at basically a 20% lower paycheck. This is a pretty significant amount of money to lose, especially over years of my work life, in terms of retirement planning, saving, planning for my kids' education, etc. However, it was necessary in order to keep from losing my sanity or my job, or possibly both. MS has taken some things from me that I used to love. I used to love tearing around the city on my bike or blades, sun on my face, the wind in my ears. MS fatigue turned cycling and rollerblading into work. It's something I can still do, but no longer really enjoy. I used to love clubbing, dancing to the latest beats in the crowd of other dancers. Not anymore, since I can't really stay out past 10 p.m. I loved working in the video game industry. That stopped being an option when my work energy became limited. MS costs me time and energy basically every day. I have a degree in classical music and used to spend hours a day practicing my instruments or working on projects in my home studio. Now I can go weeks or even months without playing or creating anything. Pre-MS, I was able to enjoy the freedom of working freelance, working my own hours, being my own boss, planning my workdays around my hobbies and my passion. It's no longer a viable option in the days of $1,000 drugs. MS impacts my personal relationships. With limited time, energy, and money to invest, it's hard to maintain personal connections with people who are important to me. Time and energy stolen from me is also stolen from my kids' quality time with their dad, and my partner's quality time with her boyfriend. So, MS has been a pretty big deal for me. On the other hand, I've been living with the fatigue for about a decade now, and balance my energy habitually without a lot of effort. I have a great job, great kids, great family and friends, and relatively speaking, I've had no serious multiple sclerosis symptoms. But, as I said, basically, I have a best case MS. A lot of things in my health and my circumstances have really gone my way. There are a lot of ways things could be going much worse. There are a lot of MS cases in Canada. Multiple sclerosis strikes more than 1 in every 1,000 Canadians. There are a lot of people out there who need some support, a little or a lot. Up to 60% of sufferers are unable to walk 20 years after the onset of the disease. I've walked in the MS Walk since 2009. The MS Society of Canada helps provide support for people living with MS, their families, and their caregivers. The money they raise also funds research for treatments for MS and hopefully someday for a cure. I like to say that I walk because I can. I walk for those who can't, and for a cure. If you'd like to join my team and walk with us this year, I'd be very grateful. If you'd like to sponsor my walk, or one of my team members, I'd love that too. Thanks in advance for your donation, and thanks for sticking around until the end of the video. Here is a cute cat picture as your reward.